All right, what's up, Dragon Brew? Today we're going to try something a little bit different with Selesnya. We're going to be trying to play with some cards we haven't played in a minute, like Collector's Cage, but also pairing it with Airbender Ascension. Right, so starting at the top, we do have some Llanowar Elves because we want mana. Paw Patch Recruits. This is actually important because it makes us 2 different powers worth of creatures, which is really good with Collector's Cage. Now, Airbender Ascension is pretty sweet because a chunk of the creatures in the deck are going to have ETB abilities. So if we can get this on board, then we can go ahead and start using those creatures over and over again to make piles of tokens as a backup plan. Then, of course, Collector's Cage, if you hide away 5, first off, you put a card under it. Then you can pay 1, tap it, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature. Then if you control 3 or more different powers among your creatures, you can play whatever's under it for free. And we do have some big payoffs for that. Of course, Badgermole Cub's still here, but mostly because it makes 2 bodies. We do have Bramble Familiar, which could let us play one of our other things cheaply, which is kind of nice, just as a catch-all. But we could replace this with some other things. We'll see how it works out during the games we play. We have a couple of Emeritus of Truce, because this makes 2 bodies, or we can just give them a token and then try to remove something if we want with the Swords of Plowshares that it makes. Sanguine Evangelist, this should be good, even especially with Airbender Ascension, because then we get to make an extra token, and you get to attack, pump your team. Same thing can be said of Sandstorm Salvager, right? If we get Airbender Ascension online, then we just start making more 3/3 golems. Elspeth, obviously very good, can double up all of our tokens, can make our creatures fly. And we have Overlord of the Mistmoors. Not a surprise here. This is a great thing to get off of the Collector's Cage, as is Elspeth. And this makes us 3 bodies at a minimum. And then, of course, we have Craterhoof because, well, if we can just pump the whole team, then we come over with all of our tokens for big damage. But yeah, before we get into all that, y'all know the drill. If you're going to be buying any Magic cards, check out our friends over at Tales of Adventure. It's TOAMagic.com. And if you use my code DRAGON while you're on their website, which is DRAGN, it'll save you 5% on whatever you get. However, if you want to sell them something, you can always do that. But if you're going to be at any of these events in the month of June, look them up. Go to those events because they'll just give you cash for your cards. You don't even have to bother sticking them in the mail. Great way to do business. All that said, let's go see if we can make enough tokens to overrun our opponents. All right, let's keep it. Llanowar Elf, you're up. Emberhawk Challenger, sure, no blocks. Now, a fun thing here, I was about to say, is do we even want to play Badgermole Cub? But I do believe we will still play it. Though, I expect Badgermole Cub to die. And I'm going to go ahead and go with the Airbender Ascension. Slow the opponent down. Minimize some of our damage. Because there's a good chance you're just going to play Challenger and just Burst Lightning a Badgermole Cub anyway. Assuming they have the mana. If they don't, I would be pleasantly surprised, but I wouldn't put money on that. Yeah, no blocks. Do whatever you're going to do. Wow, we actually got to keep the Badgermole Cub. What? Well, that's a surprise. So we have 2, 4, 5, 6 mana available. So if we do this, that leaves... Yeah, that's enough. All right. And then this is kind of an interesting scenario where we have to target realistically one of our 1/1s so that even if they remove the Badgermole Cub, assuming they have a way to do that, they probably, well, doesn't matter. We didn't really find an answer anyway. But we will go with the other Collector's Cage to try to find even more options for the future. We will take this one. And attack. Alright, we should be in pretty good shape, especially since we're holding a Paw Patch Recruit now. Full bore. It is indeed. I'm going to say you're going to go all in and then fling it, and then we die? Full bore give trample? No, what's the other part of this? If that creature... Oh, it had to be warped. Alright. I'm going to do this just in case they have like a weird pump and fling so we don't die. Like, it's possible there could have been a weird bit of shenanigans there. Just didn't want to take a chance. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is what we do. On the land. Oh, I should have played Paw Patch first. Guess it doesn't matter. If it resolves, it's going to be way more than enough damage. So it's kind of largely irrelevant. Alright, get in there, team. So yeah, no struggle against the mono red deck. That's good. Even missing on the first cage. Ooh, this is a decision. We're going to keep this. But the hand is an interesting one. I would like to still draw one more land just to feel a little bit safe. But we'll see if that works that way. Paw Patch on board. No, I don't want to draw the creator. Actually, do I put this on white? I guess that's what I'm going to do. Just so in the event we draw another land and we just want to play Overlord of the Mistmoors, we can. Like, if it feels they're going to be maybe playing some type of sweeper or whatever, it's a thing we can do. However, it looks like they're going to come after our mana, and we'll just be pumping up a Paw Patch recruit. Nope. They're now reading the recruit. It looked like they were aiming for a familiar. Alright. Cool. Then I know which direction we are headed. Oh, actually, if I can now, if I tap the Bramble Familiar... No, that wouldn't work. I would need double white still. Yeah, it's just barely wrong. Alright, let's go here. Just to see what the opponent's up to. Like, how much removal / control elements are they playing in their Golgari list? Cool, we can live with that. Excellent. Go attacking. Have a feeling there's going to be a lot of removal. Probably a deadly cover-up at some point as well. Oh, whoa, Ouroboros out of nowhere. Okay, then. That was unexpected. Okay, so there's an Ouroboros. If we Collector's Cage, what are we hoping to hit? Alright, let's go for it anyway. Oh, you know what? Airbender Ascension. I'll take that. That is a perfectly suitable card here. Love being able to just find removal. Attack for lots many. Alright, opponent's at 3. And now if there's a deadly cover-up... Oh, well, okay. I was going to say that now if there were a deadly cover-up, then the next turn we could go Badger Mole, and still have a big 6/6, and then we'd be close to set up to play a Crater Hoof the following turn anyway. So we were in pretty good shape. Actually, it gets really silly at that point, because then the Overlord attacks, makes 2 tokens after we play the Badger Moles, blah, blah, blah. So now we're just flickering the Mistmorse to get more bodies. Yeah, even with them having removal and stuff to start, and Ouroboros, wasn't too difficult. Ooh. Alright, let's try it. I don't think this is a great hand. I'm not even sure how good Emeritus is in here, but I'm willing to give it a go still. Well, that's probably going to be pretty good. I mean, Emeritus is a 3/3. Are we supposed to just, like, run this out right now? And just take the 1/1 ourselves? I think so. Target player will get the 1/1. And then this is just how much pressure can we create. I'll attack. You want to untap something, so be it. Nope, they're just waiting to counter something. So the question is, do we give them the ability to counter something? I say yeah, you're playing counters. Here you go. Rather this than some of our other big cards. If they don't have a counter, this is going to be astounding, but I have to assume they have one. Okay, that makes sense. Like, if they didn't, that was going to be super weird. Alright, so let's attack first. Obviously, they will untap and block, most likely. Oh, they opted not to. That's interesting. Alright, well, not going to give you anything else this turn to counter. Draw a card. Alright, you're going to be drawing a lot of cards, I guess. Go attacking. Sure. That was not the worst thing. I think I'm still just going to do this way. Because we haven't drawn any other threats. Oh, you have a Tidebinder. Of course you do. What else would it have been? Should have known. Yeah, I'll put these in front of a Tidebinder. Why not? Like, what else am I doing? Another fairy. You got it. Wow, all we're doing is drawing lands. That's disappointing. Sure, you got it. Draw some cards. Yeah, I have to assume we're just not winning, right? Like, we have nothing going on here. Yeah, there's... I'd bet any amount of money this doesn't resolve, but we gotta try. Yep. Yep. Wow! All those cards, and it still got through? No, there's another whatchamacallit, right? Nope, not even that. Okay. Well. Weird surprise, but okay. How are we even in this game, y'all? This is the wildest thing. Maybe they only have counters for creatures. You know? I don't really know. They have the mana to untap the other fairy. Let's try this first. Yep. We'll pay the cost. And then, if I give our creatures... Nah, let's just make more tokens. Go attacking. Alright. I assume we will be bouncing or drawing or doing something. This game feels like it shouldn't even be this close. We drew land for like 4 turns in a row. Yeah, there's a bounce back. I figured there had to be something there. Didn't use it to bounce Elspeth, though. So there has to be something else, right? What is the something else? You're at 7. Well, I'm not really sure what to do with this information. Yeah, all right, sure. Weird, that worked. That feels like it shouldn't have worked. Why did that work? Damn. I was thinking something was going to happen and we'd need to do stuff after the fact, but that was not the case. Alright, well, I guess we attack. You're either bouncing or doing something. Oh, you're aetherizing. Okay, sure. I guess that's a thing. And then we get a bunch of flyers. I mean, if you're not countering anything... Sure. Alright. Well, now we know Aetherize is a thing. What are all those cards in their hand, though? Like, they're at 7. It's just like, what are we even playing around? Like, what do you have other than just Aetherize? Like, that's what I want to know. 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah, sure. All right. I'm game. You have so much mana. You have to counter this, right? Oh, Spell Pierce. Oh, well, of course. That's a thing they have. Why wouldn't they? I mean, I guess they're just going to find their other Aetherize. I don't know. Alright, we'll go 1, 2, 3, because that's all it takes. They do not have another Aetherize. Look at that. Isn't that something? Okay, and now they have no threats. Love that for us. Alright. The third waterbending scroll. They've drawn so many cards. They still have... How many cards? Wait a minute. You have... How many cards are you playing? 45 plus 8 in the yard. That's 53. 4, 5, 6, 7... 57 and 7 is 64, 65, 66, 67, 69, 71. You're saying 72 cards? Jeez. Really? Alright, we're just going to make some tokens, I guess. Alright. Like, yeah, you got it. Attack with a paw patch, one of these, and one of these. Seems reasonable. Yep, so we could just replay the paw patch. Yeah, don't really know what your plan is from here, opponent. Color me confused. Yeah, we'll flicker the Badger Mole and just have more bodies, I guess? I don't know. I mean, we're gonna get like a surprise Sunderflock or something? They're drawing tons of cards. Sure, you have a Tidebinder. We don't care. like, we really don't. Attack, attack, attack. Might as well even get in there with the land, because why not? Yep. Get to block some things. Do your business. Sounds good. Put it on green. In the turn. I feel like they have to have something else better as a win condition, right? We just don't know what it is yet. Oh, this didn't stack in the right order. I should have done it the other way so I could blink the Mistmores. That was the game plan. We've only seen 2 Aetherized, so we still have to try to play around those with all of our tokens. And we've seen 2 Tidebinders. All right, there's a win condition, right? Because Jay says until end of turn, no. Whenever you cast a spell, copy it, you choose a new target. Yeah, that's not a win condition either. Eluse, there you go. That makes stuff free, I guess. All right. Yeah, I guess we just attack. Attack you, attack you, attack you. And might as well attack with the land, because why not? And here comes another Aetherize, probably. Nope, we're just gonna copy a Tidebinder. Sure, that works. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was playing really conservatively because they had so many cards and so much mana. It was hard to tell what they were going to do, but I don't understand how this deck beats you other than hope to get early counters, I guess. And then you just don't have enough bodies, and then maybe they're ahead after the Aetherizes and just lock you out with counters. It's the only thing I can think of, because these don't really beat you, and ultimately we just won with the flyer from the Overlord. So but they're not even playing that many counters as it turns out, right? We saw 3 steps ahead and Long Rivers pull and then 1 Spell Pierce out of all those cards. I mean, admittedly, they're playing 70 cards, but they're down to 31, so they drew more than half their library. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird. Let's keep it. I'm just going to take the damage now. Let's see how you feel about my Paw Patch recruits. Apparently they don't care. They're just going to make a Llanowar Elf. You know what? I'm willing to attack. I would trade my Paw Patch for your Llanowar Elf. Ooh, that's a bad, bad Collector's Cage. No lie, that would have been hard for that to be worse. Deep Cavern Bat, you got options. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're just dead if they play Ouroboros, right? Like, we kept a hand that was kind of slow. Interesting that they made that guy. Because now, because we drew Badger Mole, we have a chance to just make another Badger Mole. Which isn't particularly good. I guess I'll turn my Badger Mole into 3/3, though I'm assuming that's what they're going to target. Alright. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm still attacking with Paw Patch, because, like, what are you blocking with here? Oh, they actually are blocking. Sweet. Or maybe that's not sweet. Maybe we should be afraid that they're blocking. Oh, because you just have another Deep Cavern Bat, of course. But now you probably take the Overlord. I was going to say, yeah, now there's a scarier card to take. Soul Guide Lantern, sure. You got it. Wasn't planning on going to my graveyard anyway at any point. Oh. Well, this is fun. Let's try this and see what happens. Okay, at least we found something. Oh, we found an Overlord. Let's take that. Though I do like Sanguine Evangelist, but this is much better. Feel free to block, opponent. I don't even need all this mana no more. Yep, they're drawing a card, so they don't have an easy out here. Probably looking for something like an Ouroboros, which would be very strong. Oh, Professor Delienfeld, that's good too.
It's Professor Delienfeld.
I was going to say, you got to get rid of the Mistmords. That's not even a question. And another Badger Mole, sure. I think we're just going to send 2 over here. I should have used my mana first so I could attack with my Badger Moles on this turn. That was a bit of a mistake. Because that would have been much smarter to do.
This was a dead end.
We have 3, 6, 7 mana only. So I think we just go Evangelist, which makes a flyer. Go ahead and play Bramble Familiar if we want. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. In the turn. Now we just have a ton of damage, right? Because we can pump our flyers. We can do a bunch of other stuff. That last card is a Deep Cavern Bat. We're not concerned about that. That works perfectly well for us. Fortunately, both of our decks are kind of doing the thing they want to do. We're just lucky because the thing we want to do is stronger. Oh, well, that's also exciting. Any Crater Hoofs around? Actually, if I do that, I can't pump my creatures, though. And that makes me a little bit sad. Probably don't do that. Do we just attack with... Yeah, let's get in with you, too. I'm just trying to think, like, is there a reason we don't attack with other stuff? I don't think so. I think everything should be in there. Maybe the other Badger Mole? No, because we know we're holding the other Bramble Familiar. Alright, probably just these. And then we have 2 different ways to pump. So the opponent's at least incentivized to block. And that's it. Alright. And then we'll spend 1. Put a counter there. Alright. Cool. That'll work. Yeah, I was really expecting them to block with more stuff there. That's why I was kind of surprised. And they still had mana open. Then I remembered, oh, you don't even have cards in hand. So, like, why would you not block with one of the caverns? But, hey, either way, I guess I could have just attacked with everything in one there. Or at least force all the blocks, but it wasn't really necessary. Yeah, this is reasonable. We have to keep hands like this. I mean, if they go badly and the opponent has, like, multiple removal, then, yeah, you know, so be it. Things happen. Alright, what do we got? Dead Bramble Familiar? Either one would be understandable. Yep. Okay, we're going to need to get real tricky. Yeah, we'll put you in there. I don't know if we're going to get to resolve a collector's cage. At least not the free card option. Not easily. Oh, there's an Animpakal. Maybe we will. This was not what I anticipated happening. Let's see what's under here. Think we're going to take a salvager. I could just take the other cage. So once we're down to that option, maybe a thing works. But we have to find creatures. I mean, we haven't found one since this game started, and that's not good. All right, here comes the damage. All right, come on, deck. Dang it. That is super terrible. All right, well, if we're going to lose, I mean, only Physic actually drew one creature, or no creatures, actually. So, I mean, we can't be too upset. This is just what happens. Yep. Yep. All right. Do we actually get to kill an Adam Pakal is the question. I don't know that we will, but we've got to try. All right. It appears to have worked. Copy their token. Makes sense. We go to 14. Man, if we can find a creature that makes two things, we might still pull this off. And we have quite a few. Okay, that's a start. All right, so we want to go... can't put it on the flyer because that would make it a 2-power. Let's see what we find under this collector's cage before I decide what I want to do with the other. It's another evangelist, though. I don't mind that. All right, let's go ahead and take some damage. If they kill us, they kill us. Like, we're willing to risk it for the biscuit. Now we can make that a 2. And then attack. And then, in theory, we don't have to play our guy first, because if they sweep the board, that would be bad. All right. Come on, don't sweep the... I mean, we'll have 2 bats left, which is still something to work with. War Leader's Call. Okay. That pumps your team, and we're at 12. But also, if they attack and we just block with our bats, they lose, right? Wow. You're really getting in there, opponent. We're for real going to do this. Okay, well, block. Block. Block, and just let 2 come through? The question is, are you going to try to destroy, like, untapped creatures or something? And that's why we're attacking. Because I just had the thought that it could be, like, a split-up. Which might be why they're just running these in and seeing what survives. Wow, this sucks. Actually, you know what? I think I have to decline to play this. Ooh, they didn't actually have anything. All right, well, we're attacking anyway. Let's see what you got. If they don't have anything, they just lose, right? That's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17? Yeah, sure. All right, good stuff. And I guess that's it. Whew. Man. Yeah, this was crazy because we've pretty much just felt like we didn't do anything for multiple turns. We kind of just sat with the collector's cage. And then as soon as we got the Evangelist, it was like boom, boom, boom. Everything just happened all at once. And we had other options, right? And we drew the Bramble Familiars. We're 1 mana away from doing that. Yeah, just lots of ways to get out of trouble. But I think being able to get rid of that Anima Call is probably the difference in that game, especially since they drew War Leader's Call. Oh, boy. I mean, I guess we keep it. It's like, it's not bad. It's just not crazy exciting. And there's a lot of ways this could go badly. But we're 1 mana away, technically, from being able to play the Elspeth. So maybe. And we just drew the 5th one. I assume they'll get rid of Bramble Familiar. Because that would make sense. You're playing black. No, they're going to take our Elspeth. Or Collector's Cage. I don't know. Alright, that makes sense. They might already have an Elspeth answer. Who knows? But I am attacking with this Bramble Familiar. And getting Evangelist. Man, Evangelist is like a forgotten card. It really does a lot, right? It makes you a token that happens to be a flyer, so you can get through attacks, stops weird blocks, like it pumps up your team. It's just a solid all-around card. Yeah, I think here we just... So yeah, I'm playing an Elspeth. Yeah, we're just attacking. Whatever. Do whatever you want to do about it. Like, you can all-out attack Elspeth here. That is totally reasonable. Oh, well, now the demon doesn't have a downside, and they get to gain life. Good call. And another Rakshasa. All right. Sounds good. I mean, still not really mad at this, honestly. I'm kind of okay with the progression of things. I mean, if they just have another Abigail, then, like, so be it, I guess. Yeah, looks like they do have another. Alright, well, this is going to be a really tough situation. Oh, Bloodletter of Aclazotz. Hey, good thing we made these flying blockers, huh? We block with one of them, right? So opponent goes to 17. We go to 7. But then now we can't block? Alright, well, I guess we lose. Yeah, even if we'd have stayed to block to protect Elspeth, only marginally changes this, I think. And then opponent just wins, right? That should be it. GG's. We got nothing. Good job, opponent. Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. The deck performed very well, and not a big surprise because other versions we've played of this were also very good. Have to admit, Airbender's Ascension turned out to be pretty cool. We got to use this for a lot of different things, and getting to just make more stuff from Badger Mole Cubs, from the Scout Salvager, from the Evangelist, like all very cool stuff, right? So I don't mind having that in here. So nice addition to the deck. I could see swapping maybe one starting town for the Restless Prairie or whatever, which we might do in the final list. And then I think the jury's still out on Emeritus of Truth. Like, I don't mind this card necessarily, right? It's a 3/3 that makes a 1/1, and it kind of helps what we're trying to do with the deck. But at the same time, I don't know how often we're going to be in a situation where we ever even get to Swords to Plowshares, right? Because we're the one making all the creatures. So our opponent's pretty much never going to have more creatures than us. So maybe we don't play Emeritus at all, and we just play something else that deals with the graveyard, right? Whether, I don't know, maybe this is just a couple of copies of Keen-Eyed Curator. I mean, it's not like the most exciting thing, but maybe that's the right answer. And it's a 3-power creature straight up, which works if we just draw like Elf, Recruit, 3/3, and can still use the Collector's Cage. But it could also be anything else that makes a creature token when it enters, I think could be fine. But yeah, I don't know. We don't really have anything against graveyards right now. So if you wanted to do that, playing best of one, I think that's a reasonable thing. It sucks because I really wanted to give that card its due and give it a shot, but I just don't think we can, unfortunately. And we can at least dig in some scenarios for a Keen-Eyed Curator. Do we need 4 Bramble Familiars? I don't really think so. There was a couple of times it was really nice to find one of our big cards. But again, I think if you wanted to cut one to play another Curator just for metagame considerations, I think that would be more than fine. I think it would be totally reasonable. Nothing wrong with that. Other than that, I don't think I really want to mess with too much in this list. It performed extremely well. Surprisingly so. Honestly, I think we were like X and 2 or something. So love that. And yeah, if you're looking to still play this, it has a little bit of game against everything. I would think the Jeskai control decks could be a little bit difficult, but you also have a lot of ways to make a lot of creatures. So maybe not. And we still have Elspeth backup. So I don't know. But yeah, this is a fun one. Link's going to be up over on Moxfield if you want to give it a go for yourself, like always. Download other decks, check out what else we have, and maybe you find something else you like if you don't like this one. But that's all of you for now. We'll see you next time.